had a little bit of a hiccup, so... Alright, and now I need to wait a minute or two for it to properly log off. Please wait and try logging in. Alright, let me close up the game again and let me re-enter it and see what happens. So just give me a sec. It's probably gonna be completely blank on your end, so just bear with me for a little bit. Alright, let's start it up again and hopefully we can get in this time. Alright, there we go. I truly am just hoping that it doesn't decide to have me complete Sasasha all over again. Maybe I'm still in the dungeon. We'll have to just wait and see when I log in. Alright. Let us compare the two items. Well, this actually gives me a extra skill speed stat. So technically this is better. Of course I got not that good of equipment, so I'm gonna keep those. Let me do that. Let me get this and return it to inventory. Alright. It's a good thing that it didn't just boot me out entirely. Alright, quick tip. The green background, purple pinkish background, and blue background items. Basically any Aether enhanced items, I believe they're kind of called. You would want to hold on to them because once you reach a certain rank with your brand company, you can turn them in for seals, and that is probably the fastest way to earn seals. Of course, as you move up through kind of like as you kind of move up through the difficulty of dungeons, the higher the levels, the higher the level of the gear, the better the gear will be. Alright, so let's finish up this quest. Ah, you're back. What can you tell me of Bricante's dealings? She claims to be a victim as well. It was her grief that brought the quarrels to Vilbrand, and she is sorely mistaken to think the Yellow Jackets will turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held accountable. Alright, we now know why the Quarrels and Jackals are trying to tear each other to shreds. Pirates have been quite careful not to leave any clues, but we've managed to capture Bricante's assailants. They're being questioned as we speak, and it won't be long before we track down the pirates. Don't worry, friend, the Yellow Jackets will see them brought to justice. In the meantime, there is still the matter of Bricante and the beasts running amok in the fields. Shudder to think what may happen should the Jackals and Quarrels continue fighting for much longer. I have a plan, but your assistance is essential to its success. Let me know when you are ready to begin. Alright, so he gives a couple more man's best friends and curiosity killed the Quarrel. Man's best friend will give you the wolf pup mount. And Curiosity Curl will be the Curl Kitten. Mount. Not mount. Pets. So, that is it. I have showed you what I wanted to show you, so let us go on. And, let's return back to Lenosha. I'm going to be taking the ferry, since that is the easiest way. Because if I needed to go, I'll run all the way to Middle Lenosha, which from Middle Lenosha, I have to run all the way down here to the lower decks. And it's just gonna take a ton of time since I don't have any mounts or anything. Alright, so passage to Limsala. Alright, and we need to speak to Mandarin at the Drowning Wench, so we'll just use this Aethernet shard and go to the Aft Castle. The Aft Castle on the upper decks is basically the middle point for everything. Anything you need to go to that is down this way, or the Drowning Wench, just head to the Aft Castle. That's the easiest way. Alright. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I am afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. Huh, may you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha. It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor, none the worse for its voyage. A pity, we dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. You're right, of course. But there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal, large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, sir. Ah, very nice guy. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Fishbacks? There, I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells, you turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like he left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna Sestasha, of course. And you wrote, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for your shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. Now, I'll bet you're dying for rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. Just so happens that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems the forest folk in need of a venture what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. Alright, looks like it's back to Gridania after this. Now I have the party finder unlocked. Awesome. So, quick thing, party finder. Basically shows you all the parties that are forming. You could have a category, for example, fates, duty roulettes, dungeon, let me see, there's duty roulettes, dungeons, guild heists, trials, raids, high-end duty, PvP, quest battles, if people need help during a quest battle, fates, treasure hunt, the hunt, which is basically a system akin to world bosses in some instances. And there's gathering forays, deep dungeons, and adventuring forays. So basically, whatever you want to do, Duty Finder is a very safe bet that you could find it. And if you're looking to recruit some people for something, Duty Finder's there for you too. But be careful, there are some kind of like limitations to what you can recruit as there has been some bans going along because people have been kind of like breaking the rules and not using the Duty Finder for what it should be used. Or the Party Finder. Alright, let's move on. Ready to hear about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. That's all I know, but whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it pose any trouble for a venture as survived the Bedlam in Sestasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mion, your counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Alright, so I'm just gonna hit return. Going to speak with Mother Mion and see what she wants me to do. So basically, it's a set of dungeons that you do here. Sestasha, followed by Tamtara Deepcroft, and then the final one is called Copper Bell Mines. Those three come as a package of sort, you could say, where you do all three in succession, just so that you get the hang of kind of like dungeon running in general. Alright, take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, see you, Wind-Up. It's good to see you again. What's that? Hear a veteran suggestion, you say? Foul-mouthed rogue sends me words that an adventurer might be along for the job. And it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you are ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. Alright. Let me put it right there. The water I'll keep down there. Those are stuff that I want to keep, and I might transfer later on to my main. But this tune will serve more as a storage after I'm done with the streaming. Plan to unlock my Chocobo as a companion. That way I could unlock Chocobo Saddlebag. That's a decent amount of space there. And then the 2 retainers you get by default from having the game and having an active subscription. Those are also a very decent amount of space. Alright, let us continue. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mion, but our Negroes, even more pressing, have none stepped forward. And good evening to you, Bolord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. Pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Well, if it isn't our very own man for all seasons. You certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Wind Up. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. Wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. The place was once a Galmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, the doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Exile at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every element of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalmud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, Wind Up? You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments, that is all. Careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Alright, and now I just need to speak with the Quiverman at the entrance of the Tamtar Deepcroft. Then I'll be good to queue up for it in the Duty Finder. I don't think there are many free company mates of mine online right now. That is why I don't think I'll ask this time. Since I have seen somebody log off even after I did that, so that just means that whatever amount of people were there before, now they've even decreased even more, so yeah. And it's been a while since I've been here. I wonder if the tire might lag on me. Let me go in its line of sight. No. Leave me alone since I have become a bit too strong for it. Which is exactly what I like to see in here. Alright, before we go, I'm going to repair my gear real quick. There's that. Then, moving on. And pretty soon, once I start getting to level 25 items, possibly level 30, I know that the brand new gear set will not really help much stat-wise. means I will have to be wearing some other stuff that I would get. Oh, there's Dolores Bear. Well, let me talk to them, see if they have dialogue. Think of our goal, sister. One day our adventures will be the stuff of song, and it will be worth it. God, I hate mausoleums. It's not right to disturb the dead in their slumber. So we meet again. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. We took the prize back in Limsa, but this time we will give you better sport. I'm no true adventurer. Alright, I shudder to think what might have happened to Isildur had I not thought to pick the fruit I stumbled across on the way here. Sometimes he has too much vigor for his own good. Age is supposed to mellow us. If anything, that has made him more impetuous. I understand his desire to make use of the time left to him, but one misstep and there won't be any. Childish curiosity prompted me to commit the most elementary of blunders. Were it not for the fruit that Elian found, my adventures may have well ended in this forbidding place. Always look before you leap. In my haste, this most fundamental rule of adventuring slipped my mind. I do believe I shall rest here for a while. That is interesting. Alright. Your wind-up, Shirogami, I take it? Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bull Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the deep croft and purge it of the lambs of Dalaman. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. Cultists took the lesser moon, Dalaman, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalaman exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalaman are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the deep croft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzi at large, put an end to their madness. And now I have access to the deep croft. Alright, let me queue up. So the duty roulette is now open to me, and this is what I was talking about. Basically, you could select that. However, when selecting a roulette, you can now select anything other than it. You can't really select any dungeons. But you get an adventure in need bonus, and a first time bonus, too. So, always try to do that at least once a day. Alright, now that I've queued up for the deep croft. Wait time is 6 minutes, so instead of standing here doing nothing, let me just kill some stuff. Oh, I'm surprised this actually aggroed on me. Alright, after I kill this, I will enter. There we go. Here's somebody fighting. But I cannot seem to find where they are fighting. It might be on top of us, actually. Alright, just waiting for the tank. There we go. Looks like we have a full party of new people. At least based on how the tank is moving, they are quite new. Usually veteran tank, even though... Oh, well, it proved me wrong. A marauder. I think this is the second time. Yeah, this is definitely my second time today. Because the tank in my first run was also a marauder, but he was the next step, which is warrior. But still, the marauder warrior tank, I don't really get to actually run anything with them often. So this is nice. This is definitely nice. It was inevitable that that group was going to be pulled. We were getting a bit too close. But it's not really that big of a problem. Our healers seem to be doing a great job, honestly, keeping the tank alive. So that is always good. And as long as we can take down the others quickly, we should be good. Bow striker. Alright, let me compare it to what I have right now. It seems to have almost the same exact stats. So I will need for it. I really like the way it looks. Alright, let me put that here. Keep it for now. Alright, nice thing that the tank decided to position the Void Soul counter that way, because our Thaumaturge was kind of in the way of it. Nice, I gained a level. Alright, that I shall lead on. This I do need, so I will need on. Nice, I got the Gorge. I'll agree on that. Looks like I've been getting almost everything out of this run, which means that they're probably passing on it. Means I might not be running with just a group of starters. They might have just picked up that and decided to run dungeon to upgrade it. Grab this fellow. Casters are the weakest of enemies, no matter what they are. NPCs, regular players, doesn't matter, they're the weakest always. So usually killing the casters first is good. Let me compare it. Almost the same stats, but getting rid of one that I don't really need. Awesome. Alright, let me equip that. And I'll check the 2 pieces later on. One is attacking our healer, not nice. Alright, well, I'll just take the other side then. I shall agree on that one as well. Well, need, honestly. Who summons me from the void to reside within this crude vessel? Don't worry, I'll send you right back. Alright, what do you need? And I got it. When he's tethered, that means he's immune, so we need to kill the imp that is tethered to him. If we don't do that, he will stay immune, which will be bad. Alright, got an achievement. Crush your enemy. And lemon break. There we go. Back to the darkness with you. Ooh, looks like I reached level 25. It gave me the prompt that I can now accept the next quest. Alright, so it's letting me know I could give commendations to people. I'll give it to our healer for being awesome. Let me bow. And exit. Alright, now I just need to report back to Mion, but before I do that, let me run here so that I'm kind of safe from people. Alright. Now let me compare it. This will take away skill speed. When I compare it with this is the exact same stats. And if I compare the pants, still the exact same stats. I believe this is just a recoloration of what I have on. So, let me do try on. It is technically just a recoloration. Let me step into some light. Oh, that did not help. Lighting here is terrible, kind of. Alright, well, if I remove this, what? Unable. Alright. Remove. Okay. Let me try this on then. So as you can see, if I do try on, it is basically the same. Now if I do try on with this, still the same, just a different color pants. So since I don't technically really need it, I'll just hang on to it. And this is just gonna up my defense, which I'm not really in need of at all right now. So let me hit return to return to Gudania. But before reporting to Mion, I have to do, excuse me. I need to do my next Lancer's quest. As I said, the most important thing you'll ever do as far as side quest goes is your class quests. Because they give you abilities that you would otherwise not get. Plus the gear that they give is pretty decent. It's always nice to have upgrades. Alright, so there's Guildmaster Wayne. Ooh, I'll get the Silver Battleport next. But I am also almost done. This will... well, since I'm going to be doing another dungeon pretty soon, I will leave what I have on right now. I will get the hat, since that is always a nice upgrade, and it's hard to come by at a lot of times. Alright, so I will leave the velveteen shirt for later on. Ooh, silver pieces, but I need to get the regular gear. Alright, it's good to see you again, Wind Up, and stronger than when last we spoke. Plainly, you have devoted many hours to training, which is just as well, for I have a mind to set you your next task. At the Bramble Patch, you came to grasp the true meaning of courage. I'd have you put the courage to the proof before 3 masters of our art. In the many years since they began their training within these walls, these men have led very different lives. Yet they share the distinction of being regarded amongst the finest lancers of their time. And just as they once looked to their seniors for inspiration, so too shall you look to them. By availing yourself of their wisdom, you'll take another step toward becoming a fully fledged Lancer. First instructor is a man named Mathiomi. Seek him out at Amorous Spire in the East Shroud, where he serves as a frontier sentry. The long years at his post have honed Mathiomi's perception. No detail escape the man's piercing gaze. Present yourself before him for inspection. Wind up and do as he bids you. Alright, fair enough. The man is that good, then he is that good. It will be somewhat of a run, but that is no problem at all. To be honest, each shroud isn't really that far off. Oh, I killed them. Thunderstorm the Shroud. Lovely. Oh, a couple of other side quests to do here. Awesome, awesome. Looks like a marauder. Killing some random enemies. If I attune to this, I have attuned to this. Alright. Probably could have just transported here easier. But I still love just walking around, looking at the beauty of the place. It will never get old for me. It is just super lovely just to take a walk, or a run, technically. Looking at all the beautiful details of this game. Without running into trees, of course. Looks like the man is on top of the spire. There he is. It must be the young Lancer I was told to expect. Greetings and well met. I am Mathiomi, commander of the brave men and women of the Spire. Now, let's have a good look at you. I see. You possess strength and skill in abundance. This there is no doubt, but you still want for experience. Oh, I don't doubt you've seen much and more. Mayhap you believe there is naught left out there to unnerve you. Yet the world is wide, and only the gods can claim to know all. You may be assured that the legendary Lancers of old faltered at times. No Lancer, nor any man, can foresee all possibilities, but he can steel himself for the unexpected. I'd have you do just that. Take this bottle of fresh spoken blood and sprinkle it at the foot of the great tree to the north. Doing so will lure out creatures of the night which you are to vanquish. Alright. Huh, thought I'd take more damage than that. Oh well, this is good. Alright, let us sprinkle the spoken blood. Oh my, bloodbath. How many of them will there be? There we go. I should have got some high quality beast skin blood. Can't really use it for much right now. Welcome back, son, and well done. I bore witness to your battle with mine own eyes. Bloodbath bewilders its prey with its ceaseless flittering, which makes putting a spear in the beast an exercise in frustration. Frustration that may easily have given rise to panic. Yet, to your credit, you fought on resolutely, and thus emerged the victor. Wayne has taught you well, young one. You have a way to go, to be sure, but beneath those rough-hewn edges, I see the makings of a great lancer. With my blessing, make your way to Buscarin's Gruthers in South Shroud. It is there that your next instructor, Buscarin himself, awaits. The man had a unique approach to our art, though it's a fair while since he hung up his spear. His words are well worth hearing indeed. Lancers visit him as much for his counsel as they do his mead. Good though it is. By meeting Buscarin and availing yourself of his knowledge, your lance work will surely improve. Alright, Sultred is not that far. Oh my, they are having some trouble. Let me help. Hopefully don't accidentally do something. I'm immune to the poison. Or am I? I'm not sure. Am I completely immune yet? Maybe, maybe not. Don't think I was, because I saw right before you disappeared there was a second stack. Alright, there we go. Ivy League. I believe this is kind of like a precursor to what I call a super fate here. This area, basically the things that we just fought, you fight a giant one. And once you kill it, you get a cool minion out of it. Of course, you need to have the highest tier rating. But by highest tier rating, that doesn't mean that you need to have damaged it the most or progressed through the fate the most. You just need to have done your fair share, a certain percentage, and you would reach that easily. Alright, off to the South Shroud to speak with Buscarin. Alright, I'll go straight through Quarry Mill and then over to Buskern's Dressers. Of course, as you can see, there's quite the amount of people here. Let me tune to this 8th right, and then I'll go there. Because here is Palace of the Dead, a deep dungeon. The deep dungeons are a fun type of dungeon. I believe in this game there are only 2. Palace of the Dead, which I usually play with my friends on Mondays, just that one of our friends was unable to join for real life reasons, so we had to put that on hold for a bit. But hopefully next Monday, our friend would have cleared everything up and ready to join back in on the fun. So hopefully next Monday you'll be able to see Palace of the Dead if you have not already seen it in one of my previous streams. Alright, let me talk to the check up upkeep here. There we go. And on to Busker's place. I'll talk. Alright. Well, if it isn't you, Wayne Protege, I thought it was about time you arrived. I'm Busker, and this here's my place. In case you're wondering why old Wayne sent you, I should mention I've not always been in the food and drink business. Before I opened the Druthers, I manned an outpost not far from here. Any road, between keeping throats wet and bellies full, I ain't got a great deal of time to chat just now. So if you don't mind, I'll get on with educating you. Now, take this nice bottle of bullflower mead. Wait, don't open it. This ain't that kind of lesson. No, I want you to make an offering of it at Mistel's Lance, which is a monument tucked away in a rocky cleft to the south of here. See the bottle safely there, complete with its contents. And when you come back, I'll tell you a story. Got all that? Good. The Hunted. This Fate boss is just one of those antelope does, just a huge one. About as big as that one. Maybe a bit bigger, because there are a little of the, quick tip. The marker right next to this antelope doe. This blue marker that's right next to the name and level. If it has a different shape, kind of like this, where it's more squiggly and intense a bit, that means that it is a higher rank of enemies. The difference in colors, if it is not blue, if it is kind of like red, that means that they will attack you. So here, they're level 23, not that far apart, but no matter what you do, they will not attack you unless you do this. You attack them. They will just watch you on, so you can just leave them alone. They will not attack you. Those are the safe enemies that you can pass next to. Like, for example, this one. Will not do a thing. If you attack them, then they'll do something. Alright, let's report to Buskern again. If I find a different type of enemy, I'll show you what the difference is. Actually, well, those are barked F, same blue badge. I'm pretty sure there should be some along the... Alright, so the cat traps. So, as you can see the difference, the little blue badge instead is yellow and it is surrounded by 3 red triangles, making a triangle shape. Go in front of them and they will get aggro on you, since you are in level range. if it gets a little bit squiggly like that giant sacred antelope that we first card, I forgot. But if it gets a little bit more squiggly, as I like to call it, that means that they are harder to actually defeat. They are of a higher rank, you could say. I'm gonna click on somebody else. She offered the meat as I told you, and without drinking a drop. Very well, she'll have a tale of me, as promised. Still is the man who founded the Lancers Guild. The monument I sent you to was erected in his honor. Still was courage made flesh. Cut him, and I dare say he'd have bled the stuff. It was him who first identified the two aspects of a Lancer's courage, as well as how to go about tempering them. And that weren't all he did. Seeing how the art had gone stale with our Lancers, what with our Lancers keeping to the confines of the 12 wood, he sought to bring in new techniques and methods from faraway lands. But Gridania was a different place in his day. The outside world was a thing to be shunned back then, and non-forest born were considered faithless savages. Aye, it was even worse than now. Of course, old Misael wasn't afraid to call that way of thinking what it was. A lot of ignorance and cowardice. To cut a long story short, despite a forest full of good old Gridanian stubbornness, he finally convinced the nation to open its doors to foreign lancers, and by blending their techniques with his own, he gave the world the art of which you now practice. To this day, the Lancers Guild accepts students regardless of their origin. That wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for Misael. Us Lancers owe him much more, and it is our charge to carry on his legacy. Never forget that. Eh? What's that? When's the trial? Much as I hate to disappoint, there isn't one. Your courage was never in doubt, son. My part in your training's done. This time you visited your third and final instructor. Fellow named Boss Claire, you'll find him willing away his time at the Bob and Cork. Like as not. Oh, that's the name of an inn in Fallgourd Float. In case you didn't know, up in the North Shroud it is. Claire's an old rival of mine. Me and him used to go at it till neither man could lift his spear. Okay, let me try that again. Me and him used to go at it till neither man could lift his spear tip off the ground. I warn you, he was a right stubborn bugger back then, and the years ain't done much to improve his humors. So, good luck with impressing him. Oh, good. Alright, so, easiest way, I'll just return and use Aetherite to access the North Shroud. Since running all the way from the South Shroud to Central Shroud, Britannia to the north, is gonna be a hassle. Alright. Gonna be a straight. Ooh. Let me kill those real quick. They're on the hunt log. There are weaker ones ahead. I prefer to kill the harder ones. They will give me more experience as it is. So I think. Maybe I don't get experience from them at this level. But it doesn't matter. I still like a bit of a challenge. So this will be no easy trip. As you can see, level 25 bay mites just infest the entire area. And this one is gonna aggro on me, so I might as well take it out now. I'll try not to aggro anything else. Especially at level 37 Griad. And I am at the Ball Gorge Floats. Alright, here's a Chocobo Keep. Made me attune to this Aetheryte. "12 minutes, so let's back up. And to find the guy, you need to go up here to find him. Alright, let's find a nice angle. Alright, this should be nice enough. Take it you're the Lung Lancer of whom Wayne spoke. And an adventurer besides, by the look of you. I was an adventurer myself once. That was before I became a lance for hire. But enough idle talk. You have come to learn from me, and learn from me you shall. Be warned, though, that you will not find me as lenient as an instructor as the others. Now, pay attention. Thus far, you have learned to muster your courage in situations of fear, panic, and uncertainty. With me, you'll learn to do so in the face of change. The enemy is a living thing. Living things are apt to change. Whatever the nature of that change, a Lancer must be able to think and adapt. To think and adapt during battle requires courage. To teach you the meaning of my words, I would have you challenge a fiery fiend known as the Red Balloon. However, the creature will appear only where there is a raging flame. You may kindle such a flame by procuring 6 fingers from slain balloons, and depositing them at a gutted campfire. This should suffice to entice the Red Balloon. As the battle wears on, the creature's fury shall burn with ever greater fervor, till it is ready to burst in a conflagration of death. Let courage lend strength to your lance and extinguish this fiery foe. I am convinced this guy's trying to kill me. Alright, so from the looks of it, I need to kill the balloons down there. And after I kill the balloons, I need to summon the big guy. Alright, so I do not want to face golems as well as the balloons, so I will try to draw them away from the golems themselves. Right, let me heal up before getting that. I knew the golem was going to aggro on me. Alright. Alright, now that has been defeated, let me go to this area since it probably has lower level balloons and other enemies that won't aggro on me. Probably where I should have started in the first place, but oh well. so that is 3. Terrazones will aggro on me if I get too close. So let me take down this one. Clear a bit of a way for other balloons. Bit early perhaps, but no worries at all. There we go. Now all that's left is to head to the destination and destroy the thing. This guy is a little too close for comfort for me, so I shall eliminate him. There we go. Now once I'm all healed up, I'll use the fingers of the gutted campfire. There we go. All dead. Alright, now let me run back to Fox Claire. That's how you pronounce his name. Quite the amount of stuff to hold on to for now. Quite the amount of stuff that I'll need to find a use for, probably. Actually, Galago Mint. I've always wondered what they were used for. Water Cordial, which is a medicine, a sweet fermented concoction that instantly restores 150 GP, 200 if the cordial is high quality. As for alchemy, as far as cooking goes, there is Mint Lassi, cool and refreshing drink made from cultured milk, popular in the Near Eastern state of Ras Adhan, for its ability to offset the blistering heat of the Thrabanian midday sun. Alright, so it's just a experience bonus drink, and it increases craftsmanship by 12% for a max of 8 points. Alright, stew consisting of lalapel and lentils, lentils and chestnut, lalapel and lentils, and gridani and chestnuts boiled in sour red wine. And that increases GP by 6% for a max of 20, perception by 2% for a max of 2. The Moors, traditional beverage brewed from the extract of fermented lingonberries, which increases skill speed by 8% for a max of 134, vitality by 8% for a max of 172, and direct hit rate by 8% for a max of 81. That is actually an item level 480. The rest is 10 and 16. And it's a level 80 3-star master recipe too. Huh. Fun to know. So you have vanquished the red balloon? No less than what I would expect of one of you Waynes. Your enemy altered its nature throughout the encounter, thereby causing the terms of battle to shift repeatedly. Yet ever did you press onward, courage holding firm in the midst of constant change. So it was that you emerged triumphant. I am not known for being liberal with my praise, but you have done well. Yours is a genuine courage. Mind you, this does not give you license to forsake your training. You are still but a fledgling among us, after all. I have finished with you. I may report back to you, Wayne, and when you do, tell that young upstart that I demand he show his face here from time to time. That is all. Oh, looks like he was actually with you, Wayne. They might be old friends. Alright, so here is what I'm going to do. Gonna rent a Chocobo Keep to Gridania. Should take just 1 minute to actually reach. Can dismount the porter at any part of the way. It just usually takes you through the safest and easiest way. See, there are hunt marks. I will not dismount, but you could just stand back, enjoy the little music and the view. Of course, it'll be a bit more enjoyable without the lag, but there we go. Oh, I'm almost as high a level as that Wood Whaler Sentry. Yes. Takes you right to the doorstep and dismounts you. A nice little view for if you're in other places as well. You could just take that and relax, enjoy the view. Let's see the buffs that the free company has. Heat of battle and reduced teleportation free rates. Alright, cool. Alright, Lancers Guild is all the way over there. I'll just take the Aethernet shard over to the Lancers. Old Buck Slayer demands I show my face? Ha ha ha. I can only assume the buxom brunette at the float isn't lavishing with him. Wait, let me read that again. I can only assume the buxom brunette at the float isn't lavishing him with the attention he craves. Very well, I shall see what I can do. As for you, Wind-Up, well done. I never doubted that you would meet with the approval of all three men, yet I am no less proud of you for having done so. You have traveled far along the Lancer's path, and soon you will no longer require my guidance. In fact, you need to overcome but one further trial to complete your education here. Do so, and I will give you my blessing to leave the Lancers Guild and embark upon a new adventure with spear in hand. As ever, apply yourself to your lance work, and return when you are ready for your final challenge. I look forward to our next meeting. Alright, and like I said, I will be taking the headpiece. Alright, now, I'll be closing up my stream here for today. Next time, we'll see what Mother Mion has for us, and most likely run Copper Bell Mines next time. Alright, so if you have enjoyed what you have seen today, you could go ahead and follow me at the links here. My YouTube link is in the description of both my Twitch and my Twitter. You could access my YouTube just as I have it as an archive for older streams, so you could go ahead and watch other older streams there, or rewatch this one, whatever you want. Here is my schedule. So tomorrow, what is going to happen is Stardew Valley Saturday. So I will be playing some more Stardew Valley hopefully tomorrow. One of the most entertaining, relaxing games I have ever played in a while now, that game. So if you have the extra cash, definitely check it out. Definitely recommend that one. Alright, so that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful evening, day, whatever it is where you're at. And always, till we meet again.